We're back on Cromwell Field with the Los Angeles Times. I'm Lindsey Thiry, joined by beat reporter Gary Klein. USC's returned from spring break. Spring practice has resumed. 8 more to go after today. Gary, what you think? Fresh legs out there?
Yeah, they were running around. It looked like that they appreciated the week off. Didn't look like anyone got into too much physical trouble. They all seemed like that they were in shape. I think the interesting thing today was we saw Cody Kessler actually running around a lot more than we're accustomed to, scrambling with the ball, which is something that, people were critical of him last year in terms of the number of sacks that they took. He has talked about being more mobile this season, and I think today we saw an example of him trying to work on that.
Cody Kessler going to run for a 100-yard touchdown. I called it here first.
Marcus Mariota. It's Marcus Mariota coming.
Incarnate. Okay. Dory Jackson, before the break, made a very strong statement, and he made it, but he does believe it. Thorpe Award and Heisman Trophy, that's what he has his eyes set on. Gary, what do you think?
Well, I think when those comments came out in print, when you read them, they look like they're really bold, they're really said with a lot of bravado. But the fact of the matter is, he said it kind of matter of fact. Those are his goals. He wants to win the Thorpe Award. He wants to win the Heisman. He cited Charles Woodson as a guy who's done it, and he has every expectation that he's going to have the opportunity to do that. And based on, I think, the way he finished last season, I mean, you can chime in on this as well. He showed the talents. That shows he's certainly capable.
Yeah, if he can play on both sides of the ball enough, I think he definitely has a shot. Now, the interesting part on the offensive side of the ball this season is going to be the tight end situation. And what do you know, late on a Monday night, that's always an ever-changing situation.
Right. Last night, as you mentioned on Monday, Taylor McNamara, a player that I think that USC had its eyes on several years ago coming out of high school in San Diego. He went to Oklahoma. He played there for 3 seasons. He announced on Twitter that he's going to be leaving Oklahoma and coming to USC. Now, USC coaches and players, by NCAA rule, cannot comment on him publicly, but given what USC's situation is right now at tight end, they're obviously elated.
Obviously elated, yeah. I think if Sarkisian could, he probably would have been jumping for joy. Finally, USC picked up a 2017 recruit last night, running back Stephen Carr from Fontana Summit High School. They missed on Lokeni To'olo. He was the big linebacker target from Rialto Carter. Gary, as recruiting goes, though, signing day is still months and months away. What do you think it means for the program, though, to have these kids publicly pick USC or turn down USC?
Well, I think it speaks to the momentum that they started with a highly rated class coming in, in this summer. But really, I think you can probably address that better as someone who's covered recruiting the last few years. What do those commitments mean anymore?
Well, 2017, I'm going to be honest, I don't think it means a whole lot. 2016, I think there's still plenty of time, especially when kids have an announcement ceremony planned and they wake up and they say they just felt something in the morning. Odds are 16 or 17-year-old might wake up the next morning and feel something completely different, right? All right. You have kids, you know what that's all about. All right, that'll do it for us from Cromwell Field. We'll be here on Thursdays. USC continues spring practice with Gary Klein. I'm Lindsey Thiry for the Los Angeles Times.